370 hours. That's the average amount of time a student takes to prepare for the TOEFL test. Did you know that? I made it up. It's not a real number, but it's a lot. The books that you need, the time to prepare, the test centers, the cost. I'm going to go over all of it. So if you're somebody who's still trying to decide whether to take the TOEFL test or the Duolingo, obviously you know which way I'm leaning. This video is called Make the Right Choice. Stick around until the end of the video so you can see all the ways why the Duolingo is a much better choice. My name's Lance. This is DET Study. Grab your coffee and let's go. If you don't know me and it's the first time you're seeing me, my name is Lance with DET Study. We have a dedicated practice platform with over 15,000 practice questions and answers. The speaking and writing questions give you instant AI feedback, and you'll see how you've done in grammatical accuracy, lexical sophistication, and more. These resemble the actual parameters on the official Duolingo English Test, so go check it out. I've taught the TOEFL test and the Duolingo test for the last 6 years in classrooms to many students. The first 3 years with TOEFL, and the last 3 years I've taught the Duolingo since its beginning. Let's talk about the most obvious difference between the two, the cost. To take the TOEFL test, it costs $200. To take an English proficiency test, if you're a struggling student and you don't want to break the bank, or you don't want your parents to take out a second mortgage, it's a lot of money. The Duolingo test costs $59. $59. Very affordable, and you can see it's the better choice. How about this? Much faster results getting your scores back with the Duolingo than the TOEFL. The TOEFL test takes between 4 and 8 days, sometimes longer. Now, if you're up against a deadline and you need to get your application and your scores over to your university, time is of the essence. It's agonizing to wait. The Duolingo, just 2 days. In fact, some of my students even get their test scores a day later or just a day and a half later. So don't put yourself through the long waiting hours. The Duolingo is a much better choice when you want your results back quicker. Let's talk about the test environment and the accessibility. The Duolingo is taken online from your computer, from the comfort of your home. Clean your place up, make it nice, prepare the test environment, and you're ready to go. The TOEFL, on the other hand, if you're going to a testing center, take a look. On TOEFL testing day, don't bring any personal belongings, no phones, no watches. Check your pockets for electronic recording devices, listening, scanning, photographic devices. And if you don't check, someone surely will. Get there 30 minutes before. Remember, the test is already 3 hours. Check-in procedures, verification procedures. There's assigned seating. I understand it's supposed to be a quiet and controlled testing environment, and the seating is arranged in a certain way, but we know, if you've ever been to a TOEFL testing center, there's nothing about it that's quiet. You've got the guy to the right of you that's getting through the speaking section, and he's doing his best to make his voice loud, to speak clearly, but you're still on the listening section, and there's nothing you can do to quiet him down. We also have a duration of the test, which is about 3 to 4 hours. By the time you're done with it, you are exhausted. There's listening, there's reading, there's writing, and there's speaking. But during the break time, that's right, you have to stay in the testing area. It's a rigorous experience, and on test day, it's not something that anybody wants to go through. The Duolingo is a much more gamified experience. What does that mean? The screens are more colorful. They're more interactive. They move quicker. They're intuitive. You'll be speaking about a colorful picture, and you'll give your thoughts on it. You'll look at a list of words and you'll have to pick which ones are the right words. Listen to a topic and you'll have to speak about it. You'll engage in real-life conversations online and pick between multiple answers. Now, the TOEFL. Have you seen the books that you need to get for the TOEFL? Reading and writing and speaking and listening. It's a lot. When I was teaching the TOEFL in classrooms, students had their desks piled high with books, papers, pens, highlighters, flipping through things. It was a difficult task for them to keep up. The Duolingo, on the other hand, is simple. It's you, it's your computer, it's much more minimalistic, and it allows you to think much better through the test-taking process. Real-world language skills. The Duolingo assesses your ability to use language in real-world scenarios, not in a structured, robotic test environment. It's almost like having a conversation with a friend rather than a soulless examiner. If you do like what you heard today, hit that like button, stick around, subscribe, and all that jazz. Till then, happy learning and have a great day.